Scitec Nutrition. Premium quality products. State-of-the-art look. Uncompromised ingredient quality. Our products work and taste good. www.scitecnutrition.com.
Welcome back to Live with RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia, brought to you by Scitec Nutrition. Visit scitecnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, and tonight it's my distinct honor to welcome one of the greatest Ms. Figure Olympias of all time. She's the truly gifted Latorya Watts. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you guys?
I like the hairdo.
Thank you.
It's different for you.
Yeah, I try to be different in my off season.
Now, are you going to change that hairdo for the Olympia in 4 weeks? Do you have a special one set up?
Of course, I'll be a whole nother person in 4 weeks on the stage.
Now, what's the preferred look like when you're you're trying to sit down and strategize what the right style is to bring to the stage? I know from I remember back when I was coming up and I was watching, there was only women's bodybuilding. Corey Everson was winning 6 Olympias in a row, and she always had a different hairstyle. One year it was curly, one year it was straight, one year it was up. What's the Latorya Watts style for 2016?
Well, I think I figured it out now. I just want to continue to do what worked last year. I've done the curly, I've done the super long, I've done the straight, but I've never really done just the simple, straight, short, which is kind of what I brought last year. Mm-hmm. I think that look works. I feel like the main focus should be completely on the physique. So keeping your, makeup just like they like it, but keeping your hair simple, your suit not so flashy, I feel like that kind of works for me.
Okay. Because your physique is so flashy that you don't want to outshine your physique with your hair or your makeup. Sometimes you see these girls come on stage with green hair, red or pink streaked hair. Do you think that's distracting?
I think it can be, because just me sitting in the audience watching shows, that would be the first thing I see on someone that does have the loud colors or the really flashy suits. That's kind of what your eyes are drawn to as soon as they come out. So you don't want to do that. I mean, you want them to be like, oh, wow, she really brought her the best package. And then look at her hair. It's nice. Look at her suit. That's how I feel like it should be. Yeah. But that's for me. I mean, all the other things might work for other people.
True. Now, I like interviewing you when you're Miss Olympia because it's, everyone knows I've been saying that you should be Miss Olympia for a million years by now. And then finally, last year you won the Olympia. You won the Arnold Classic this past March. So you're kind of the it girl right now. Your physique is the one that people have to shoot for. Does that give you an air of a confidence, in a sense, going into this year's Olympia, knowing that you've won the 2 biggest shows in the figure division?
Yes. I mean, I told you, like, after I won Olympia, that gave me just my overall confidence now. Because remember, I never knew what they wanted from me. Like you said, they just never knew what to do with me. So after winning Olympia, then back-to-back Arnold, that definitely gave me the confidence I need to, push forward and bring the same package, maybe a little better package on stage. So I'm definitely confident in what I'm bringing.
Now, inevitably what's going to happen now, and I'm sure it's already starting to happen. I've heard whispers of it, is that as soon as you win the Olympia, now everyone's trying to break down your physique and say, well, Candace Lewis is harder, this one has better this one. That's just the nature of the beast. Does that affect you emotionally at all, or do you kind of block out all the noise?
I do. I block it out a lot. I don't really listen to any of that stuff because, people are going to say what they want to say or have their opinions. But at the end of the day, we'll just see what happens when we are all on stage.
Now, Nicole Wilkins is obviously making the comeback. She announced a few weeks ago that she would be trying to win back her Olympia title. She's done it before. She lost it to Erin Stern, and she won it back. She's the most decorated figure athlete in the history of the figure division. She is obviously a dangerous competitor. The judges seem to like her physique a lot. What do you think that she needs to do to try to beat you, or can she at this point?
I don't know. I mean, who's to say what really happened at Olympia last year? I mean, she said she was off. People say she was off. Some people say she was on, or maybe I just brought my best package. I'm not for sure what's going to happen, but I would love to, get on that stage with her again. And I don't know, is it battling it out, I guess? I mean, I know she's working hard. She's coming to prove a point. She's coming to, prove herself. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm excited because I know I'm going to be bringing my best package. I know I'm working towards that. So for her to bring her best and me to bring my best, we'll just see what happens. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see her back up there.
Do you think this win is necessary, to kind of shut up people and make them believe that last year wasn't a fluke and that, hey, I'm for real. I beat her twice. I beat everyone else in that division because there's a lot of other good competitors we're going to talk about in a minute. And now I could really say I'm Miss Olympia, no luck here, all talent.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, those were my exact words. It's really important for me to just, of course I want to win. And I always tell you, I don't know, Dave. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm working towards that win. This win will be very important. One of the most important, I think, of the wins of Olympia. Because, yes, I feel like there are some people that may feel or think that I'm a one-hit wonder. So I am so excited and ready to get on stage just to kind of prove those people wrong, which is a small amount, I believe. I feel like there's a lot of supporters that know that I could do it. A lot of people behind me, my coach, I just have a lot of people in my corner that know I can do it. So this will be very, very important for me.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you won the Arnold, so that's kind of validation in and of itself, but Nicole wasn't in the show, so people, are not going to obviously make the final decision until they see you guys on stage against each other.
True.
Being the defending Miss Olympia, do you have an advantage going to this show, or do you think it's pretty even given the fact that she has the historical, several Olympia titles under her belt?
I do. I feel like it's even. I don't feel like, it's two Miss Olympias going against each other. So I won't feel like just because I'm the current Miss Olympia, because she was the current Miss Olympia last year.
Right.
So, right. So it's kind of like, yeah, I think it'll just be even.
What other women in the figure division are you would you say are your biggest threats? Putting aside Nicole for a minute.
Putting aside her, I mean, of course, people say that me and Candace Lewis have similar physiques, and I've always loved her physique, admired her. She's inspired me to get on stage and be a figure competitor myself. So I would say she's my biggest threat, and I look forward to seeing her on stage as well.
Do you feel that her physique is too extreme for the figure division, meaning too hard, too muscular?
Not at all. I feel like she probably may go off of what judges may ask of her, or maybe people suggest that she should do. I feel like her body can go either way she wants it to be successful. She can come in too hard if that's what she needs. She can come in softer. I feel like either way, either things that she does will, she'll look great.
But for the look of the figure division, do you think what she brings to the stage when she's at her best? Mm-hmm. And I like conditioning, but I don't know where the line or the boundary should be drawn. Do you think she's too extreme?
I don't.
Okay. I buy that. What do you think you have to do for this Olympia, conditioning-wise, okay, to retain your title? Are you looking for a supremely conditioned look, or are you going to try to, come in maybe a little softer? What's the strategy this year?
Well, of course, I'm looking at it. I'm like talking to my coach, like, hey, are we just going to continue to do what we've been doing? I mean, I've been winning. I don't think that we need to go, to the extreme to bring anything different. It's 50-50 with us, of course. He knows what he needs to do to, I guess, somewhat fine tune, but keep it the way it is. And then I just pretty much listen to what he wants me to do, because he knows. He looks at pictures. He knows what it is that we need to do, because it's always something. I feel like there's always improvements to be made. I may not know what they are, because I'll say, hey, my shoulders look full enough, or I think my back is great, but he always sees something that he could detail or fine tune. So I definitely leave that part up to him. But for it being said, every time I step on stage, I would say there's always an improvement to be made, right, just to be a step ahead.
Makes sense. Now, we're watching some footage Johnny shot of you last year, in case people are wondering. This is not from recent time. I'm ruining Johnny's gig right now. I want to ask you something, though. We know everyone knows you live in Las Vegas. You, the last several interviews we did, you were still dealing blackjack at Caesars. You have since stopped doing that since you won the Olympia. Miss Olympia doesn't deal blackjack. What have you been doing with yourself now?
Just really focusing on being Miss Olympia. I mean, not being Miss Olympia, but just being an athlete, just being a pro athlete. I mean, this is my job now. I want to focus on that. I can always go back to dealing or going back to that 9 to 5. But as of now, I really want to take that opportunity and just take a chance on being the best athlete I could be.
Well,
so that's what I'm doing now. I mean, I get to venture out and try new things, do a little bit more Pilates or a little bit more yoga, or just focus on body work, just getting more massages and more, chiropractic, just really focusing on my body, making sure I'm eating on time, eating what I need to eat, getting all my workouts in with my coach, which we have been working together a lot more now that my time is more available, my time's more open. So it's been really good. I mean, at first it was an adjustment because all I've known is work. I've been working since I was 16. I worked a complete full-time job while getting my Olympia title last year. So it was an adjustment not working. I kind of felt like I had to figure out what to do with myself, but I figured it out, and I'm very happy I made that decision. But as far as dealing goes, we just parted ways, but they still left the door open for me. I mean, they're still very, very supportive. Like I said, I can always go back if that's what I chose to do. But as of now, I don't believe I will need to. I really just want to focus on being an athlete.
It's a good lifestyle. People used to always ask me, "Aren't you bored?" Because when I wasn't really working a conventional job, when I was competing, I would be like, "No." I mean, I get up in the morning, I go to McDonald's, I get my first meal, then I decide, do I want to tan first or go to the gym? And I'll go tan, then I'll train, and then I would go to my friend's bodybuilding store, hang out, get a shake. We'd shoot the crap. I'd maybe get a massage. It's a nice lifestyle to have. Enjoy it while you can run with it. But a lot of people don't realize bodybuilding is essentially what you're doing. It takes a lot out of you. It's a lot of mental focus. There's a lot of little side things you got to do, from therapies and doctor's appointments and gym work, and especially when you're getting ready for the show, the cardio takes extra time. It's nice to be able to go home and relax, right, and recover.
Yes, I mean, I feel out of it a lot of times. Not all the time, but a lot of times I do. And I'm surprised, like, how was I able to do this and work? I don't know how I did it. I just know I did it. But you're right. I mean, I'm enjoying the time, and it is a full-time job in itself. So I'm still working as hard as ever. I'm just not doing it double time.
Now, Latorya, I got a question. You got to ask honestly. Don't lie about this, okay?
Don't sugarcoat.
Do you cheat on your diet at all?
I do in the beginning. That's why I start so early. I do. It takes me a minute to kind of get into the diet, get into the routine. So we definitely start prep out early just so I can kind of get all that out of my system. But once I start seeing the changes, once I know that everything's pretty much working, it's not hard for me to cut anything out. I mean, to me, it's all a mental game. So to me, I'll say, okay, I can have this in 4 weeks. I can have this in 6 weeks. It's not something that will never be there again for me. So that's how I can deal with it. But yeah, in the beginning, I'm not 100% on the diet, but closer out. And like I said, when I start seeing those results and seeing everything that I'm doing is working, then I'm 100% in it.
Does your body respond quickly, or do you have to suffer a lot to get into shape?
Well, I don't really fall off completely off season. I did in the beginning, and I learned my lesson from that. I was like, oh my God, getting back in shape is really hard. So I think you have to do that maybe a couple times just to get it right. So I don't really fall off too much in my off season. I mean, I gain weight back, but it's not hard for me to, start prep early and start getting everything going. So I would say it takes some time for me to get in shape, I'll probably say the mark for me, maybe as of lately, has probably been about 6 weeks. I'll start seeing everything that needs to be going on, everything that needs to be there. But with me and my coach, is really slow and steady for us.
Well, it looks like you got all your ducks in order, and it looks like you're looking great. And I'm once again super excited to get to see you at the Olympia. We will be there actually with press passes, which is great. So we'll be nice and close, and we can critique you properly. And I will predict once again that Latorya Watts will be Miss Olympia when all is said and done in Las Vegas in September. So let's see if my prediction is yet again correct this year.
You've been pretty good.
Yeah. Anyone you want to thank out there? I know you're involved with the Midwest Muscle Report website where people can see your training videos, and are you training people on there too?
No, I'm not actually. It's just pretty much training, but there's other athletes on the site as well. There's Sergio, Olivia, there's Autumn as well. She was this year's Arnold Classic physique, and then Brandon Hendrickson, right. He was this year's Arnold Classic physique as well, men's physique. So it's us four on the website. We're athletes for the website. So there's nutrition advice, there's training videos. We keep you guys updated on what we've been doing, and also there's tips of the week that we kind of give you to help you out with your routines as well.
Now, what social media? I know Johnny and you love to social media each other back and forth. What do you do? You do Snapchat? What do you do? Twitter?
I do everything. I do the Instagram. I do Facebook. I do Snapchat as well, and it's all Latorya Watts.
Does anyone do Twitter anymore?
I mean, I have it set up. Johnny, you probably do too, right? You have it set up to where my Instagram post will go directly to my Twitter account. That's how I have it set up.
I don't think anyone tweets anymore, do they? I don't tweet.
Yeah, I don't go on Twitter anymore and put like any posts up anymore. It's a pain in the ass,
right?
Yeah, connected to it.
I always said that. I only got a Twitter account because everyone said I had to, but I never really went on there directly. I retweet things from like Instagram and Facebook, like you said. That's,
yes.
All right, so if people want to really interact with you, Instagram is your thing, huh?
Instagram is good. Yeah, a lot of people like to direct message me on there as well.
All right. Well,
so, and that's totally fine. So yeah, Latorya Watts on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat.
Where do you train over in Vegas? Do you train at Jay's place, City Athletic?
I do go to City Athletic a lot of times, like for photo shoots or video shoots, but mainly I train at EOS, which was Gold's Gym.
Oh, okay.
EOS over on Eastern and Serene out here with my coach. That's where I mainly train.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll see you at the Olympia. Best of luck. I don't think you need it, but I think you're going to be the new champ again, and two-time champ. We look forward to seeing you. Hopefully we can get a great interview with you after you win and before you win. And are you going golf driving with Sid? Is that what I heard after on Sunday?
It's going to be a celebration. I think that'll be so fun to get us all together.
Do you play golf? Do you hit balls?
I hit some pretty good balls, yeah.
You do. All right, Sid. Maybe we should film like a Miss Olympia versus Sid the announcer. We can have like a special video. You up for it, Sid?
I'm up for it. I'm up to be embarrassed on the internet. That's fine.
All right, Latorya. Great talking to you again, and best of luck at the Olympia.
Thank you so much, guys. See you soon.
All right. Well, that'll take us to the end of another episode of Live with RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia, brought to you by Scitec Nutrition. Visit scitecnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you later.